we found through the School Safety and Security Symposium two things that are very, very important. One is that you have to humanize and build community within your school, not just with the students, but also with your teachers, with the staff, and more importantly, with the bigger community at large. And then secondly, there has to be a transition or a blending of sorts between the fact that we have SROs in our schools, we have law enforcement regularly coming to our schools for whatever reason. We have to blend the law enforcement aspect of it and the community building aspect of it. Mike, would you like to comment on that for us, please?
How many in here have SROs in their district? Okay, good. Getting a school resource officer is a lot like buying a new bed. You can get one that works, but if it's not proper, you're going to wake up with a lot of aches and pains. And over my 19 years, I've had a lot of great people that I've met and worked with, and they have that drive to come into the school. But then there are some that are placed in there, and they're not happy about being placed in there, and that's just a nightmare. You're able to recognize that. I mean, you really need to stop it right then, because you're up for nothing but failure. You got to have someone that wants to create that relationship with the students online. Now, there may be some dire emergencies that take place where that law enforcement needs to take over, but for the most part, it is your school. And as the school resource officer, and this is really stealing it from the National Association of School Resource Officers, they teach a triad concept. Well, number one, we're there as law enforcement if there are issues. But then we're also there, they like to say teacher, and we don't have a teaching degree, but I like to say a guest speaker. Like last week I was in the high school class doing the Fourth Amendment talks. And then also as a counselor. Again, I'm not a counselor, but students, once they start to bridge that gap with you, they will come to you and they will talk to you. And of course you have to understand when to slide that off. But it is huge in developing that relationship, because we're not there to clean house. We're there as a proactive approach to try to deter things from happening. And that even goes with your teachers, because there will be some teachers there that aren't real pro-law enforcement. When tips start coming to you, because things can come to you even with search and seizure, to where I can relay that to my administrator, and whatever kid tells me this information, their name never has to come up.